It's only 8:30. So let's go through a couple of these articles here as we watch that. So this was on CNBC this morning. This says another shipping crisis looms on COVID fears in southern China. Businesses and consumers are bracing for another shipping crisis as a virus outbreak in southern China disrupts port services and delays deliveries. Listen to this. Waiting times for vessels to berth at the Yantian International Container Terminal in Shenzhen have skyrocketed from an average waiting time of half a day to 16 days. So normally it takes half a day for the ship to get ready and get itself moving and get out of the port. Now it's taking 16 days. The disruptions in Shenzhen and Guangzhou, I think is how you say it, are absolutely massive. Alone, they would have an unprecedented supply chain impact. So let's read about this more. The Chinese province of Guangdong has faced a sudden uptick in COVID-19 cases. Authorities have moved to shut down districts and businesses to prevent the virus from spreading rapidly. That's causing a massive shipping delays in major Chinese ports, and it's jacking up already high shipping costs as waiting times at berth skyrocketed, according to analysts and those in the shipping industry. The disruptions in these two provinces are absolutely massive. Alone, they would have an unprecedented supply chain impact. However, combined with the challenges that the global supply chain has faced already this year, shipping is in absolutely uncharted waters. That's a good pun. Global supply chain at risk. As different parts of the world bounced back from the pandemic late last year, there was a buying boom which led to containers falling critically short. That caused massive delays in shipping of goods from China to Europe and the US, and it drove up prices for businesses and consumers. Then one of the largest shipping containers in the world, the Ever Given, got stuck in the canal. 12% of global trade passes through the canal, with more than 50 ships a day pass through. That's global prices to $9 billion, the most recent crisis in China. So let's see. Shipping costs at all-time highs. Shipping costs may have a different effect on the crisis. Spiking shipping costs, sorry. Many small and mid-sized shippers are now throwing up their hands as the cost of shipping is surpassing and the margins on products they're trying to move. Shipping costs are at all-time highs, with anecdotal quotes coming in at 5 to 10 times historical norms. We've broken through so many price ceilings that no one can say when this will peak. Wow. Waiting times for vessels to berth from this port have skyrocketed, like we said. The backlog will have a compounding effect on other ports as well. The problem is already building up at nearby carriers that they've been diverting to. The port of Nansha has experienced an influx of cargo due to diversions. Inflation fears beyond mainland China. The financial Hong Kong has been affected. Cross-border delivery has been possible there via trucking, but authorities recently tightened measures due to the pandemic. That means all cross-border trucks will need to undergo sterilization. Jesus Christ. Among many other measures. Compounded with the pandemic in India and Southeast Asia economies, raising commodity and shipping costs, this rise of COVID cases in Guangdong may contribute to higher inflationary pressure in other countries. It's interesting. I'll share this article with you guys in the chat right now if you want to pull it up and read it for yourself. But I think that this is something that we're not going to be able to walk ourselves around. And it's something that I think we all should be paying attention to, because whether we like it or not, a lot of the stuff that we use on a daily basis comes from China. And a lot of us have friends or know people that do business with China or with some countries that ship through China. So if this does pick up and become an issue, it's only going to make things more expensive. That's really what it is. Like simple terms, this just says things are going to get more expensive, whether it's gas, whether it's the groceries you order, whether it's the parts that you need to build your electronics, or even the parts like Riley's brother sells seat cushions on Amazon. You know what I'm saying? This is going to impact that potentially, not just on the shipping side, but if we're continuing to see a boom and, supply continues to stay the same, but demand continues to increase, that will put even more pressure on this, is what they're saying. So it's got this like ripple effect, and it compounds very quickly. So if we're already from half a day to 16 days to prep a ship, how much higher is that going to go? Is it going to be 30 days soon? What does it mean for me when it's at 30 days? What gets more expensive, or what do we have less of so it takes longer to get resupplied? That's what we just need to be paying attention to. So I thought this was interesting.